How do you enjoy this tour, and how about fans? Do they like new songs from the new album?
It's been great, yeah. The new record has been very well received, and since we've been touring in Europe, each of the cities we've been to, the fans are really into it. They seem to know the material, which is great. And we're playing about 7 or 8 songs from the new record, so it's, I think it's safe to say they're really into it.
As for the new album, can you tell us something about writing the material and recording?
Well, the writing, most of it was done right after I got off the Experience Hendrix tour in March. So I had April and May to really think about, taking 50 songs and bringing them down to a manageable number, maybe 15 or so, before bringing about 13 or 12 to the studio to really focus on. And I didn't get around to making demos, I guess, finishing them until about 2 weeks before we went into the studio. That would have been mid-May. And then so everyone in the band could sort of get a handle on what I was going to be asking them to do. So it went fairly quickly this time, from the writing to the making of the demos to recording the actual tracks for the record. It was very fast, and we were lucky. We had no incidents, no problems. Smoothly from my studio to Skywalker Sound. Like we've got some competition here today.
I was always curious about the names of instrumental songs. Is there any logic? How do you name the songs?
It's very easy. Do you think Beethoven had a problem when he came up with Moonlight Sonata?
No.
No, so it's an instrumental. So there's like 2,000 years of instrumental music where they were all about something, and the title reflected what it was about. And so I'm just the same as all those other composers. I have an idea about a song, maybe I want to call it Yamaha Recorder, and then I start thinking, oh, what's that going to sound like? And then I start playing. That's my song. So, I mean, it's the same way if you're writing lyrics or without lyrics. It starts with a feeling and an idea, and then you sort of focus in on it.
Last several years you worked with Vox on your line of effects. How did it become, or how did it happen that you started work on Vox effects?
I was very close to starting my own pedal company, and coincidentally Mike Bradley, who I had worked with D'Addario and Planet Waves making my signature straps, had moved over to working with Korg and Vox. And he knew that I was going to be starting up a pedal company. He said, well, if you change your mind and you want to work with an established company, let me know. And I started getting cold feet. I didn't want to buy a warehouse and get all the materials and have employees. So I gave Mike a call, and we sort of brainstormed a pedal line that would reflect taking tried and true tools that every guitar player needs and improving upon them and making them better to use in a live and studio situation. And we came up with these. So we have the Ice 9, we have the Time Machine, the Saturator, and the Big Bad Wah so far. And as you can see, they're in my rig. I use them every night. And it's been great. I mean, they're very receptive to all my crazy ideas, and they've got great engineers that can interpret some of my musical desires into real engineering, which is what's important. And I think we've made a much stronger, a more usable version of each one of these tools. We have the Saturator is a full-on distortion pedal. The Ice 9 is an overdrive. There's a big difference, and players who use them want different things from them. Digital delays, of course, the Time Machine, where it can mimic old tape machines as well. And, of course, the Big Bad Wah being really like 2 separate wah-wahs as well. We actually have 2 different inductors in there, so the coils can really take you from vintage Vox wah sound to modern sort of crybaby styles when you're dealing with a lot of high gain amps. And volume control and changing the actual throw of the pedal. It really makes it very versatile. And I get to use all those things during the show, which is great.
Do you use amp block, your own?
Do I What? My own?
plug. Is that
Oh, the
a
amp
little...
plug. Yeah, sorry. The accent's very different. Yeah.
Sorry.
The amp plug I just use backstage. I mean, it's a great warm-up tool for me.
You really use it?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's great sounding.
I
mean,
do.
if you go, there's a little YouTube clip of me just playing in my studio while it was being reconstructed, and that's just me playing right through it with some backing tracks, and it really delivers. I mean, it's really something. It's really, and it's so teeny. You know, it's great.
Do you plan some other effects, phaser or?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got a long list. I mean, the guys at Korg are going, you know, hold on, one at a time, you know. And I think, you know, my idea was, let's go with, you know, distortion, wah-wah, delay, overdrive. Those are the most common tools that guitar players use. And then after that, you start getting into chorus, flanger, octave devices, you know, true dropping octave simulators, or the Hendrix style, Octavia style devices, and the whammies, and then all the other spatial things. And so we're going to get into odder, more artistic pedals later on. But it was important to finish up, I think, with the overdrive, because that's such a solid tool that everybody needs.
How about Chickenfoot? Do you plan some other record touring?
Yeah, we've got 14 songs already written, and we'll be meeting in late January in the studio with the original lineup. We're going to record Chickenfoot 2.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
me too.
that. Would you be touring in Europe?
I hope so. I mean, that's generally where we would start. If the record gets finished in late winter, early spring, and it's released right before the summer, we would come to Europe first and do a festival tour before going back to the U.S. for a late summer tour.
Please come to Czech Republic.
You know, I love playing here, and I love being here, and I've got friends here, so you know, I just need to work on Sam and the other guys and tell them this is definitely a place I have to come.
Yeah, surely. How about touring with them? Isn't it hard, because the guys from Van Halen are famous, let's say, for rock style of life?
No, a piece of cake, really. I mean, it's a funny, unusual band. There's a lot of chaos backstage as well as on stage, but everyone's got a heart of gold, so there's never any real problems there. But there is a lot of partying. You got to be ready for it, you know.
Okay, how about G3? Do you plan something about?
Well, that's pretty far off. I mean, we have to finish this tour, which will take me through the end of January, and then the recording of the Chickenfoot album. And if Chickenfoot decides to put the album release off, let's say until the fall, then I'll go back with my solo band and probably hit South America and Asia. If Chickenfoot doesn't do a tour in the summer, I might come back here in the summer to do some festivals. So that means that G3 is way at the end of the line. So maybe 2012.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
And that was only half of it. It was like 3.